Alright, I want to talk a little bit about a certain matchup we have on Friday. The Cage Warriors promotion picked up this fight. Well, actually picked up these fighters. The original fight was supposed to be Darren Stewart versus... I already forgot who it was supposed to be, but anyways, he's fighting Bartosz Fabinski now. The fight is at 185 pounds, so I get the worry from that angle as far as Darren Stewart being way bigger in there. But you gotta keep in mind, Darren Stewart's still cutting weight. Bartosz Fabinski is probably not cutting weight. He had a really good training camp, and to top it off, he doesn't have to cut the weight the last week. That sounds like a good thing to me, depending on which way you look at it. So, yeah, so we have Darren Stewart fighting Bartosz Fabinski on Friday. Darren Stewart's coming off a win against Darren, which I think is pretty crucial in this matchup. Fabinski is coming off close to 2 years layoff, I think. And he's coming off a loss to Michel Prazeres. Makes his return this Friday. So yeah, initially when the lines weren't even out and I taped this fight, and I just had a weird feeling that this was going to be lined close. I personally lined Darren Stewart at around minus 135, minus 140. And then I was hearing some things about Bartosz being plus 300 in some Euro books or some books Americans didn't have access to right away. And I was really scratching my head, man. I don't think that's the case at all. Currently, right now, they have Darren Stewart at minus 285. And that is simply not the case. They have Fabinski at plus 225. That's not realistic in my opinion. So that's implied odds of 30% for Fabinski at plus 225. That is way off. Because like I said, I taped the fight and I lined it. Stewart has a small favorite. So just based off that alone, I think you're getting huge value at plus 225. 30% is not close to what it should be. I think it should be closer to around 40 to 45%. So it would be plus 150 for Fabinski. So closer to 40%, not the 30%. I think there's a ton of value on Fabinski. As far as the matchup is concerned, yes, Darren Stewart has a huge advantage on the feet. But if you're leaning Stewart at minus 285, I'm sorry, I don't know the implied odds top of my head. So that's 74%. You'd have to be thinking that he goes in there and starches Fabinski in the first round. If you're willing to play minus 285 at 74%, if that's the case, he's going to have to go in there and finish Fabinski right away. And in 8 UFC fights, he's never finished in the first round. Never finished in the first round, so that's where I would believe that minus 285 has a value. He goes out there, makes it look easy, finishes Fabinski in the first round. That's not even the case, man. He has 2 second-round finishes and 2 decision wins. The 2 finishes were against Spicy and Charles Byrd. Spicy, okay, I'll give him that one. But Charles Byrd, eh. And I looked at this Darren Wynn fight, and there's a huge difference as far as Darren Wynn and Fabinski is concerned. Darren Wynn is still pretty green as far as MMA grappling is concerned. Fabinski, I think, is a better MMA grappler right now. When you look at that Darren Wynn fight, Darren Wynn was consistently taking him down. I know Darren Wynn's a great wrestler. He has great accolades. And Darren Wynn was doing a good job of taking him down. But he was doing a terrible job of holding him down. And I think Fabinski has better top position. He has better control on his opponents. I think it was on 3 separate occasions. Darren Stewart was giving up his back to try and get up to his feet. Now you might look at Bartosz Fabinski and he's not really a back taker, no? But you go back and watch that Gareth McClellan fight. He took his back in the first round. So he does have that ability to take the back. So if Darren Stewart's going to give up the back, I expect Bartosz to take it. And yeah, just overall this stylistic matchup, I don't think Darren Stewart's going to go in there in the first round and make it look easy. So minus 285 is way out of whack. I think there's a ton of value at plus 225. I think Bartosz can make this a grindy, like he always does. Like every Bartosz Fabinski fight, he's going to go in there, put his hands on him. And I believe he's going to take him down at will. I think he's going to control him. This fight could get hairy in the 3rd round. Darren Stewart has excellent cardio. But I think compared to Darren Wynn, like I said, he doesn't have that great top control. Fabinski is going to be holding him down a little bit more, so Darren Stewart is going to be exerting a little bit more energy because Fabinski is better at holding his opponent down. So yeah, maybe we don't even see that good cardio in the third round. But yeah, anyways, as far as the line's concerned, it doesn't make sense to me. All the values on Bartosz Fabinski. I say he goes out there and gets a decision win. I could see a rear naked choke. But yeah, I played Fabinski. I risked 0.75 units at plus 225. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. How are you attacking this fight? Do you think this line makes sense? Alright, I'll see you Friday, guys.